Hi there. This class is all about strength for your glutes. Now it's really important to keep those glutes strong because they protect your knee joint, besides help you with everything you do, especially being upright. And the way they help protect the knee joint is because they keep your pelvis level when other forces are applied, whether you're standing, you're running, whatever you're doing. And remember that when you're sitting, your glutes kind of forget what they're doing, how to activate. So that really weakens the glutes. Sitting weakens the glutes and the hamstrings. So what you're going to need for this class is your yoga mat and one block. But before we get started, let's take care of the wrists. So bend the elbows, make a fist, and start to draw circles. And reverse the circles. Okay, now shake it out. Okay, come into quadruped. Spread the fingers, shoulders over the wrist, knees over the hips over the knees. And keep the fingers spread. And I really want you to think flat back so your navel's toward the spine, protract the shoulders. Bring your knees just a tiny bit closer together. Now, I want you to think there's 3 parts of your glutes, so we're going to work on the side glutes and the glute max. We're going to work on a mixture of both on and off. So for right now, keep pushing away from the floor with your palms and your chest. Straighten the left leg, close the hip. Now, I really want you to feel the glute engage, so don't let that hip open. Slowly lift the leg, point the toe, plantar flex. And I want to make sure that the leg is straight, not in between, because this right now, like this, is kind of like a wet noodle, and it's not fully activated. So I really want you to straighten the leg with intention, push into the mat. Now, when we lift the leg, you want to keep the navel toward the spine. If you lift like this, then you are compensating and you're not working the glute. You're just arching your lower back to lift the leg. Okay, so now lift the leg, keep the navel toward the spine, feel the glute engage right now. And slowly lift and tap, lift and tap, lift, tap, lift, tap. One more, lift, tap, and now lower down, and let's switch sides. Straighten out the right leg, close the hip. Again, make sure the hip doesn't open. Spread the fingers, straighten that leg, navel toward the spine, lift the leg. And don't worry how high it goes. I really want to just activate the glute. And lower, lift, and lower. Keep that leg straight, lift, lower, lift, lower, 2 more, lift, lower, lift, lower. And now release for a moment, sit back on your heels and roll out your wrists. And just notice if you felt one glute more than the other, one side activate more than the other, because that might come up in another position. Okay, now from this position, I want you to think about your side glutes. We play with this a lot. So spread the fingers, protract the shoulders, flat back, and slowly take the knee out to the side and lower. And left leg out to the side, lower, really squeeze. Left leg out to the side, lower. Notice if you're shifting to the right, see if you can stay center or even shift to the left. And 2 more, left knee out to the side and lower. And out to the side, lower. Okay, now right side, right knee out to the side, lower. Check in with this side, lift, lower. 2 more, lift, lower. Keep shifting to the right, lift, lower. Sit back and roll out to the wrist. You can also bring the back of the palms together and elbows to the floor. Keep breathing your chest broad. Okay, shake it out. And you can stop as often as you need, but try and stay with me to take care of your wrists. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit deeper and keep in the quadruped and take your left leg out to the side and then move over a little bit. Push this floor away and now slowly lift the leg and lower. We'll go for 3. And lift and lower, lift, lower. 1 more. Lift, lower. Okay, I'm going to move over to the other side of the mat just so I have a little bit more space. Right leg extends, and you want the leg, the foot, and the knee in the same line. So make sure you check that so that when you lift the leg, it's in line with your hip, which makes it harder. Okay, push the floor away, lift, and lower. 2 more, lift, lower, lift, lower, and release. Sit back and roll out the wrists. Back of the palms together and take a moment. Okay, so now we're going to come into side position, and this is where the block is going to be really important. I'm actually going to turn around and show you first. So you want the block right here, just lightly. It doesn't even have to touch, because if you start to open your hip, which I'll demonstrate, the block is going to move. Even before it moves, you will touch the block. So you don't have to have it that close. Okay, so we're going to start on the left side. Many of you might have tried this before, but this is an excellent pose, drill, exercise, whatever you want to call it, to work the side glutes. So you're going to take that block and, like I said, place it behind, and just make sure that it's not wobbling off the floor or on the mat off the block. Okay, so the golden rule is you want hips stacked, knees stacked, ankles stacked. You want to think that there's a pin going straight through the top hip to the bottom hip, so that you're not opening the hip to the back. And I'll show you what I mean. And now the ankles stay together. And it's very easy to kind of hang out like this, but I'd want to make sure you're fully active and full of intention. So activate, don't add to this upper trap. I really want you to push the floor away and be in that side position, okay? So you really want to make sure that you're lined up properly so the body works together with integrity as a whole. And now, one other thing is that it's very easy for the hip to open, and you're going to keep thinking about that pin, and then the block is behind you. You can do this lying down, but I don't like that variation because it's easy to kind of just not pay attention, and also you're laying on your arm, and that's not great to do for your nerve. Okay, so I like to have the palm on the top of the hip, heel the palm, and then the fingers face away from the head, because that's where the muscle fibers are going as well, a little bit. Okay, because you've got 2 right here. So now, keep the chest broad in that side position, ankles stay together, feet stay together, and then slowly lift and squeeze. And if you go any further, you're going to touch the block, and that's too far, and then you're really no longer doing the work. And you want to go super slow for it to be effective. If you just go fast, it's not going to be anything. Okay, let's go for 3 more. Let's do 4 more. We'll go for 5. Okay, so slowly start to lift, squeeze, stay in that side position, and lower down. Inhale. Exhale, lift, squeeze. I really want you to squeeze. Even if you don't feel the muscle engage in your palm, keep squeezing and lower down. If you do a lot, you'll start to feel shaking, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Okay, lift, squeeze, lower. We've got 2 more. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Last one. Lift, squeeze, and you're keeping your core tight. You're really engaging everything, and you want to keep pushing the floor away. And lower down. Come up, and let's switch sides. So I have to say, this pose can be very boring, this drill. However, that's where you really want to focus and keep checking in with the alignment. And the real benefit happens when you do 10 or more. 3 sets, FYI. Okay, so we're just doing a little bit so you can get started for this quick little class. Okay, the block is behind. You're now on the right side. Ankles together, knees stacked. You're in that side position. Palm on the hip. Feel that side position, and let's go. And lift and squeeze and lower. Keep the chest broad. lift, squeeze, feel that side position, feel that side glute, and lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Lift, squeeze, 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 and lower. Don't let that shoulder collapse on the right. Lift, squeeze, and lower. And one more. Lift, squeeze, and lower. And then move the block and come up, and let's just shake out the legs for a moment. Okay, so now we're going to go into another pose that we do all the time in yoga, malasana, and that is where you need those glutes, also Baddha Konasana. So bring the feet as wide as the mat, scoot your butt forward, and reach the arm forward, lift your butt. And I want you to lift your butt in versus sitting on a block because I want you to activate your side glutes. So push the knees and the thigh bones out. See if you can lengthen your spine. Notice what's coming up. If you're kind of collapsed like this in the pose, your glutes are not firing properly. But there's more than just that. There's the posterior chain muscles as well. But I want you to really think about activating. And lots of times there's this practice where you can place the triceps. And the reason I don't teach it often is because it's easy to be lazy and not activate the appropriate muscles. So this is a very, very active pose. So reach the arms forward, engage the feet. You're in a dorsiflex position. Work those side glutes. Feel them activate and keep lifting your spine. Really work on the spine, lifting up and out of the pelvis. Stay with your breath. Keep pushing the knees and thighs out. And slowly lower down and stretch out the legs. Okay, now you don't need your block. You're going to lay on your back and straighten out your legs. Okay, so we have the right side, the left side, and the right side. You're going to place a palm on each side of the hip, each hip. And I want you to feel the glute activate. So the legs are engaged, but not like fully forced. They're just not falling to the side. They're not relaxed. Okay, I want you to feel the hip bones. Keep your chest broad. Now, slowly start to activate and squeeze that left glute. Squeeze it as much as you can, engage it. Now, when you do that, you should feel a lateral tilt. So my left hip is tilting over to the right because I'm engaging. You can even place your palm on the side and feel that muscle firing up. Go for one more breath. Squeeze and hold and release. Okay, now let's do the right glute. Squeeze, hold. Notice that the hip is now tilting, the right hip is tilting over to the left. And your palms are there for a guide to feel that engagement. Squeeze, hold, stay with your breath, and release. Okay, now we're going to do both glutes at the same time, so your hip bones should just go straight up because that's where they're starting. Okay, ready? And squeeze both glutes. Stay with your breath, squeeze, but notice if one glute is firing more than the other and you do have a lateral tilt. Is the tilt going toward the right? Is the tilt going toward the left? Or can you get it even out so that both glutes are activating together? Go for one more breath and slowly release. Okay, now stay on your back. We've got one last pose. And make sure that the lower back is pressing into the mat just to start. Bring the soles of the feet together into Supta or Supine Baddha Konasana. And you really want to think soles of the feet pressing and have your feet as close to your groin as you need so that you have the proper alignment for your body to lift the hips. Now just for a moment, place your palms on your hips so that you can feel the hips if they start to tilt from one side to the other. Okay, so pressing the soles of the feet, start to lift the hips, and you're squeezing the glutes like crazy to lift those hips. Okay, now notice if your pelvis is tilting. Is one side one glute working harder than the other. Now, of course, it's not just the glutes, the legs are involved as well, so is your core, but right now we're just focusing on the glute activation. Okay, now slowly lower, tap the butt down, and lift. Squeeze, especially on the lift. Slowly lower and lift. Keep those knees wide, so you want to stay in that supine Supta Baddha Konasana. And slowly lower. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, lift, squeeze, and slowly lower. Inhale, exhale, lift, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Now you're going to stay here and hold, stay with your breath. So as you're squeezing and holding, that's an isometric contraction that we'll be doing very often to really get those muscles to fire up adequately. So when you do an isometric, there is no movement, but there is engagement. So you're squeezing and holding, nothing is moving, but keep in mind, are you feeling the pelvis tilting in either direction? Go for 1 more breath. Keep that squeeze and lift, and very slowly lower down. Place the feet on the mat and just move your arms away a little bit so you can hammock the legs side to side. Okay, and now roll to one side to come up. Okay, so as you can see, the glutes are very important, and I want you to just take a note for yourself how much they were activating. If both sides, right and left sides of your glutes were activating, or if you notice some differences from one pose to the next. Now, you can do more reps than we have done, especially for the clamshell, but I would start with do this video, do this class, and then maybe go work up to 10. Go up to 10, and then you can add on from there. And like I said about your journal, see what comes up and notice what starts to evolve and change for your practice with your glute engagement, because we need them for not just yoga poses, we need them for everything in daily life. Okay, and of course to protect the knees as well. All right, have fun working on your glutes, working on your strength activation, and I'll see you soon.